Imagine a film where the entire world contracts to a single ornate house, where conflict isn't waged with weapons, but with words, wit, and meticulously staged illusions. This is the hermetic high-stakes arena of Joseph L. Mankiewicz's Sleuth, a film that transforms a drawing room mystery into a profound dissection of human rivalry. Based on Anthony Schaeffer's hit stage play, the 1972 film adaptation is a masterclass in cinematic claustrophobia. It presents a duel between two men, Andrew Wyke, a wealthy aging mystery novelist played with flamboyant menace by Laurence Olivier, and Milo Tyndall, the younger hairdresser lover of Wyke's wife, portrayed with a deceptively casual charm by Michael Caine. Their meeting, ostensibly to discuss the wife's future, quickly spirals into an elaborate game of cat and mouse, or perhaps cat and cat. The production history is itself a fascinating layer. Director Joseph L. Mankiewicz, famed for his literate, dialogue-driven films like All About Eve, was initially hesitant. He saw the play as a constructed toy, a theatrical conceit. His solution was not to open it up with extraneous locations, but to deepen its interiority. Cinematographer Oswald Morris, using Panavision, turned Wyke's Tudor mansion into a labyrinth. The camera slinks through corridors, peers from behind dollhouse miniatures, and frames the actors in oppressive symmetrical compositions, making the house feel both vast and imprisoning. Crucially, Mankiewicz made one pivotal change from the stage. He cast Michael Caine not in his original stage role of Milo, but as the detective, Inspector Doppler, in the film's second half. This required reshooting Caine's earlier scenes with a different actor for the stage, a logistical puzzle mirroring the film's own themes of deception and double casting. The result is a metatextual flourish. We watch Caine play against Caine, a performance within a performance, highlighting the fluidity of identity at the story's core. The film's power derives from its reduction. It is a two-hander in the purest sense, a sustained examination of conflict, stripped to its psychological essentials. There are no flashbacks, no cutaways to the wife, Marguerite. She exists only as a pretext, a trophy, and a phantom motivation. The real subject is the game itself, the need of one man to dominate another, and the other's refusal to be dominated. Wyke initiates the game from a position of assumed superiority. His world is one of curated artifice, mechanical dolls, elaborate model trains, maze-like hedges. He doesn't just write about games, he lives within them. Olivier plays him as a man for whom life has become a series of authored plots, and he views Milo not as a human rival, but as a character to be manipulated, a puzzle to be solved. His aggression is intellectual, theatrical, and utterly condescending. Milo, however, is no simple pawn. Caine's performance is a brilliant study in reactive intelligence. He enters wary, playing the polite interloper, but as Wyke's game escalates, proposing Milo fake a burglary to steal his own wife's jewels, Milo's own cunning emerges. He adapts, parries, and begins to script his own twists. The class tension is palpable. Wyke's aristocratic boredom versus Milo's working-class pragmatism. Yet, the film suggests their rivalry transcends class. It taps into a more primal, masculine contest of wills. The first act culminates in a shocking act of violence that seems to end the game. But Sleuth is about the impossibility of endings. The doorbell rings and the game reboots with new rules. Inspector Doppler arrives, and the power dynamics violently flip. Now Milo, or the man portraying Doppler, holds the narrative authority. The interrogation becomes a mirror of the earlier conversation, but crueler, more psychologically invasive. This structural repetition is key. The film is a diptych, 2 games in 1. The first game was about humiliation and financial gain, dressed as clever farce. The second is about revenge and existential annihilation, played as grim psychological thriller. The same set, the same 2 actors, but the tone darkens from burgundy to pitch black. The playful score by John Addison gives way to dissonant, unsettling strings. Themes of performance consume the frame. Both men are constantly acting, adopting roles. The gracious host, the desperate lover, the stern detective. Their identities become costumes. Weich's study is littered with masks and disguises, literalizing this idea. The question Sleuth poses is not who is telling the truth, but is there a core self beneath the performance? Or are we all just players in our own self-authored dramas? Mankiewicz lingers on the detritus of Weich's hobbyist world. The dolls, the toys, the games. These aren't mere set dressing, they are visual metaphors for the characters themselves. Weich treats people as automata to be wound up and set in motion. Milo, in turn, learns to become a master game player, using Weich's own tools against him. Their conflict becomes a feedback loop of manipulation, where the distinction between player and piece blurs into oblivion. The climax is not a revelation of factual truth, but an admission of pathological need. The final confrontation in the garden maze, another perfect metaphor, strips away the last pretense of civility. What's laid bare is a mutual addictive dependence on the contest. The game was never about the wife or the jewels. It was about the intoxication of having a worthy opponent, of feeling truly alive only within the confines of a manufactured conflict. Sleuth concludes on a note of chilling symmetry and unresolved tension. The cycle is poised to begin anew, suggesting this dance of domination and submission is infinite. There is no winner, only the game itself. The house stands, a silent monument to the battles waged within its walls, ready for the next round. In an era of cinematic spectacle, Sleuth remains a towering achievement of minimalism and psychological depth. It proves that the most vast and terrifying landscapes can be found not on foreign planets or battlefields, but in the human mind engaged in ritual combat. It is a film about the stories we tell to hurt each other, the roles we assume to survive, and the unsettling possibility that for some, the game is the only thing that is real. The legacy of Sleuth endures not just as a clever mystery, but as a stark, atmospheric portrait of rivalry as a form of art, and art as a form of warfare. In the sealed chamber of Weich's mansion, Mankiewicz, Schaefer, Olivier, and Kane constructed a timeless, unsettling mirror, reflecting the perpetual human fascination with the move, the counter-move, and the exquisite agony of the checkmate that never quite arrives. Thank you for watching until the end. We pour our passion into every single video essay, exploring the stories behind the movies we all love. If you stumbled upon this video by chance, there is a very high probability you might never see our channel again in your feed. So please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and ring the bell. We are actively growing this community of cinema lovers, and your support is what helps us make our content better and more insightful every single day. Let's explore the magic of filmmaking together. See you in the next 1